It starts probably. Okay, Drawfee, a very nice, definite start to the live stream. I was gonna say a definite maybe. I'll be back if it starts. Well, you know what? It's interesting. Lego is offering up the gift of purchase again. 40761, the Smeagol and Deagle. So if you caught any of our live streams over the summer, our first live stream was the Shire. I was trying to think of the name. So we've done Bardor, we've done Rivendell. Shire have stored right now, but this is gonna be out again. This gift will purchase is gonna be out again if you are thinking of Lord of the Rings and you want to get that Shire set. When we finished all three, we definitely recommended all three sets. They were great. Have part of the Shire build out here. Let's see, maybe is it within reach? Aha. So one of the first builds of that Shire set is right here, Gandalf and Frodo. So I'll bring this up now and again, but hey, a gift with purchase coming out again. I think only for the Shire set. It'd be great if this came with whatever purchase you got, because that would definitely help out if I end up buying something between now and November. Drawfee's back. Give a purchase. I just had a cross-country meet. Awesome. Beastie Boy, let's go. Psh, good to see you guys. Finally got my crushes number today. You guys are busy. All right. So back to the Millennium Falcon. This is the set I will be building. So here it is. The Millennium Falcon, the Midi size scale Falcon, 75375, 921 pieces. And as I've been saying, I'm almost finished with this set, down to the last 3 bags. So bags 1 through 8 have really proven that this is a great set. So you got the bottom panel here, the top panel of the Millennium Falcon, and you got the pilot section there, cockpit, and you got the mandibles. This is just a lot of good detail for a midi scale size set. I didn't think these sets were all that interesting, probably because, you know, it's just a standalone model, no minifigs, no necessarily playability, but the build, if you are, yeah, you're more of a Lego fan in terms of just building sets and you like detail to a set, but you also don't want a huge space taken up if you start collecting several Lego sets. These are the models. These are the way to go. These midi scale size sets are great. There's another one here or another one behind me, the Acclimator. Another one right there. They're just, they're nice and compact. The builds don't take a long time, but the builds are really fun. And I think, you know, if I wasn't live streaming this and just kind of building it one through, whoa! I'll leave all the bags out. Put the box up here because I'll see. I don't know. Like I said, the builds go pretty fast, but I do like taking my time on this one because it's been so fun. Taking my time, so to speak. This is I think the 5th live stream with the Millennium Falcon. So bag 9, here we go. Drawfee says, just finished, got 3rd place in cross country. Well done. Beastie Boy says, I just finished stop motion, probably will post tomorrow. You guys, awesome. Drawfee ran a 3K. Very cool. Congratulations. Okay, I won't be running as fast as Drawfee here, but I will build the Millennium Falcon and start with bag 9. And like I said, the builds have been great. if you like Lego and you're thinking of maybe a Lego set that doesn't, take up a huge space, or a huge hit to your budget, like it's not too expensive, these sets are the way to go. And the detail and everything, the challenge to the build is perfect. And if you kind of want to build a set for, not linger on a set for a long time, several hours, or depending on how you build, like, over the course of several days or whatever, this set is so cool. It's come together so nicely. It's got a lot of fun facets to it. I think one of the best part, or one of the most interesting parts, was putting this section all here together, and how there's like different Technic pieces, and they all are they all come together nice and smoothly, I guess is the word. And the build just looks great. And it looks like a legit Millennium Falcon, which, that's what you want. So here we go. Okay. All right, bag 9. Let us begin. Like those fresh pieces of Lego. Thanks for the 2 likes. Yes, if you're a Lego fan and you like building Lego, give us a hello in the chat. Leave a like. And if you want to, of course, join us for more live streams, please subscribe. Seabus Molina, have you built the Eiffel Tower? Wow, that's fun. Every time we get someone new to the chat, they bring up a cool variety of sets. Seabus, I have not. The only thing I can say in terms of tower, which I suggest most people get instead, is the Barad-dûr Tower there, the Lord of the Rings Tower, or the if you like Marvel, the Daily Bugle. Those are great. But no, I have not built the Eiffel Tower. Another fun set, and if I were to get that set, I would have to I'd have to put aside a couple other builds that I want, namely Star Wars, the Star Wars UCS Millennium Falcon, because that's really what my goal is next year in terms of getting a large-scale collector set. Plus, when that set came out, the Eiffel Tower, it looks great. When that came out, initially when it was first released, it had a really cool gift with purchase. I think it was based on the architect himself, Monsieur Eiffel, right? And they offered a free gift with purchase with him. I think like his private apartment on top of the tower itself. And I think that's only been offered once, or maybe, yeah, I think it's only been offered once. But I was just showing off if you buy the Shire Lego set for the Lord of the Rings, they're re-releasing this gift with purchase. So that, if they did that for the Eiffel Tower and re-released that gift with purchase, that would be great. Although that's probably a pretty valuable collector's item now. So no, I have not, but good question. All right, Drawfee, take it easy. Hey, welcome back, Tanner. Saw your Tomcat F-14 build, I think based on these same pieces. So very cool. Mentioned you in the live stream, and told people to check on our community post. So yeah, if you guys join our channel and you are working on a cool build, a mock or a mod, you can leave a picture, post a picture of what you're working on our community channel. And there's a lot of great designs out there. And that would be a fun one. The one you made, Tanner, that'd be fun, like rebrickable, set of instructions if you wanted to guide other people to build something like that. Chris says, my son just built the Arkham Asylum. Hey, Chris, welcome. That's a new set. Gosh, didn't that come out just a couple, or maybe not even that long ago. It came out this month, right? The Arkham Asylum. I know it was already being talked about before that. I think they revealed it at Comic-Con, but very cool. What does he think of that set? My initial impression on that set was, what a perfect, if you only had a chance to get maybe one DC set, like any Batman themed Lego set, maybe aside from, you know, getting a Batmobile, because I think you should definitely want that. But if you wanted to get a set that's all inclusive in terms of all the enemies of Batman, but just get a huge mini fig collection haul all at once, what a great set. 76300, 16 minifigures, and yeah, it just includes, other than Batman himself, right? There he is at the top. Yeah, that's a great set. It looks cool. I'm still holding out for a UCS, so I got to tighten the budget. But yeah, loves it, he says. He's a huge DC fan. That's awesome, Chris. Oh, wow. Not only that, the Black Pearl. Now that is a new set also. You guys are striking are taking out the Lego new releases with a vengeance. That's awesome. Yeah, I think that Black Pearl, you know, Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, better name, Black Pearl. That would be a great build next to Barador. I just think those two sets would look so cool together for their black color, and then all the, just they both look so sleek next to each other, I would think. So fun. Tanner says, I say the other lives after the post. How are you doing? Yes, I saw, my parents are very proud. I can get you more photos if you want. Yeah, Tanner, if you want, show different angles. Show it maybe on display, just on the table by itself, so you can see the set maybe from above. Something like, you know, if my hands weren't holding the Millennium Falcon, something like that kind of angle, so you can kind of see the whole ship, the whole aircraft, I should say. That would be cool. All right, let me get into the build here. Already finished the first page of bag 9. So this Midi scale Falcon has been something I was thinking about for a while in terms of adding to our Lego collection. We have this Falcon here, the play scale Millennium Falcon from the Han Solo movie. And all these ships, these Millennium Falcon builds, are great, and these are the ones that got me into even considering buying Lego Star Wars. And so now that's led to a couple other sets in our collection. Those are all my son's collection, all the Lego Star Wars ships there on the shelf. So that just leads to, can I possibly get the UCS Falcon? So each one of these live streams, in building this, I keep talking about, would love to get that UCS Millennium Falcon. I don't know if anybody has ever built one of those, but that would be great. All right, we got a few of you watching. Please leave a like, especially if you've gotten into the discussion here, into the chat. I know a few of you have, so please leave a like. Help us with our live stream. So Chris says he got a Clayface minifigure, loves the DC Lego theme. The Black Pearl is going to be awesome. Yes, oh, that would be a fun build. Did you see the mechanical feature in that too? The broadside, you know, where the cannons are. I think there's a mechanical feature where you turn whatever panel or whatever Lego Technic feature on it, and then the ports open and the cannons stick out, which that's so cool. Very cool feature to that set. Something that kind of speaks to its, what is it? It's almost it's almost a $400 set, I want to say. Isn't it like $380? So very cool to add that to your collection. Besides the fact that there's so many famous type sets or just well-known themes that Lego keeps releasing month after month. If I just go back to August, they had the Soundwave Transformer. They had, well, Lego Castle's always a fun one. But then, of course, they had all the new summer. Here's the Lego castle, built that in the last series of live streams. They had the other Star Wars sets coming out with the 2 new tanks, the overpriced Star Wars sets, the battle pack, the $45 battle pack. Yikes. And then during that time, talk of the Death Star, which again has been probably a sore spot for most Lego Star Wars fans because of basically what the design ended up looking like. But then, yeah, the Black Pearl, the Arkham Asylum, they released yesterday. I don't know how many people, I haven't really heard much excitement about it, but Willy Wonka, a new Lego set for Willy Wonka. And there's talk of even another UCS coming out. I think it's the Super Star Destroyer, you know, the gigantic flagship from, I would think from the Empire Strikes Back movie. So there's so many sets coming out. Makes me wonder, or maybe people know how the price range is going to be for that. If that $1,000 set for the Death Star, if that is kind of not a detriment to collectors buying it on day one, and you know there's a huge lineup for people wanting to buy that set and spend $1,000, and I wonder what the prices are going to be for these next UCS sets, or pretty much any large-scale Lego set. Because if you're a Lego collector and you love, you know, just the fact you're building all these sets that are a favorite theme, whether it's DC, whether it's Marvel, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Lord of the Rings, yeah, how's the pricing going to look with all this? General Kenobi, let's go. Psh, welcome. Tanner says I can put new pictures tonight after the stream, but gotta work on, or gotta go to my brother's. No worries, Tanner. No rush. You figure out a time when you do that. The community post will always be there. But do me a favor before any of you guys check out. Make sure you leave a like. The Black Pearl is going to be awesome. Chris agrees. Yes, it would be. I'm assuming you're agreeing with me that it would go well with that next to that set. General Kenobi, hello. Got to do homework, but thanks for checking in, General Kenobi. A suggestion for other sets to build. Lieutenant Shorty, hello. Psh, awesome. Welcome, welcome. So, working on the Midi Falcon and just sharing with you guys the build itself. I guess if I were to build a UCS set in a live stream, that would require some logistics. Now I'm thinking about it, right? I have to have this whole table. It's just a small like IKEA table. I wonder how much space that would require. Lego Mox United. I've got the big Millennium Falcon in my bedroom. Such a great ship. Oh, awesome. Hey, welcome, Lego Mox. So you have, I'm assuming when you say the big Millennium Falcon, I'm assuming you mean the UCS set. So how was that? Because that's my that's kind of where I need to go in terms of Millennium Falcons, right? I have the polybag size one with a little Han Solo. I have the play scale size one here. Whoops, got the white Falcon here. This one's great. Got the dark Falcon too. And then I decided this would be a fun next project here to build the Midi Falcon. But that UCS set, I really wanna build that one and see what it's like. Hello, Scout Bricks. Welcome. Psh, good to see so many of you join the live stream. Thanks for joining. Make sure you leave a like. Let's see. Lego Mox says, mainly it was expensive. Very true. I just watched one of your videos, he says, to Lieutenant Shorty. Very cool, you guys. All right, yeah, that's another cool thing about our live stream. We get to meet more of the Lego building community. Yeah, that's, I guess you could say that is one way to sum it up. The UCS is mainly expensive, but the the build is something I'm genuinely interested in, and you know, pretty close to the crazy threshold, but not quite there yet. You know, $1,000 is one thing. I think the UCS is $850. So my plan, if I get there, well, there's actually two alternatives. One, I'm still reeling over the idea of spending that much for a Lego set. But if I were to spend that much, I want to take advantage when they have double insider points, where you know those points add up and actually lead to a pretty significant dollar discount on the next Lego set. Plus, if they have, you know, November, some Black Friday specials or discounted prices, or if they offer a pretty good gift with purchase. So there are ways to I guess drop the price in that, you know. And if you add a bunch of things together, there's another website called Rakuten that you get cash back. So taking advantage of all those things, I've seen it where it could probably drop the price to almost $200 off, or buy it used. So if I do buy it used through Bricklink, that might be the better way to go, actually. It's just, my concern is buying a set that scale and size used with that many pieces, that you get the set in good condition, that you get all the pieces that it's supposed to come with, and of course the minifigures, because I like the set of minifigures it comes with. I think it's like pretty much the original crew from episode 4 of Star Wars. So quite a lot of factors involved. Buying it new is always the best, to me, the most fun. But you know, when you think about the price, how many other Lego sets could you purchase if you spent that money on a bunch of different Lego sets versus just one? So lots of things to think about there. Solo Soldier, welcome. Solo Soldier, how's it going? I'm a Lego YouTuber as well. Very cool, Solo Soldier. What is your what are the sets you're working on? That is great. I love it. We're meeting some more. This is actually cool. This is a lot of, I must have caught a few of you guys maybe after someone else's live stream, because seeing a lot of new names here. This is great. Scout Bricks says also the same. Lego Mox United says, are you only building sets, or have you ever considered building Mox as well? I only build sets, but my son, who live streams with me, usually he'll build Mox. So he's done a couple Mox based on Lord of the Rings. He's built a couple, well, he built up a clone army base. I don't know if you can see it down here. That's the bottom shelf way down here, but he's built up some special gun turrets for that. And he's working on, or maybe he's finished now, I should see, unrelated to Lego Star Wars, he's building a soccer stadium. Not the scale and size of those old stadiums they used to have, like the Bernabeu or the, I forget the one in the UK, but so a couple different themes. So yeah, my sons are better at mock building. I just love, that's why I call our channel Brick Therapy. I just love building Lego. But yeah, I appreciate the mock building and the fact that a lot of you guys have shared the projects you're working on our community post. You've posted some of what you're building mock wise. There's little Brick Therapy right there. There he is. That was a brief hello. That's my son, the mock builder. Looks like he's getting some homework ready to do. So, but he'll usually join me on the weekends. Hey, Solar Soldier, thanks for your subscription. Psh, love it. Thank you so much. Mox are 66 and Mox all sub to you. Awesome. You guys are all connected to each other. Love it. Hello, Possums. Welcome. Psh, got another new name coming up on the board here. Love it. And Lego Mox United. Lego Mox United says, I'm mainly a mock builder, not as crazy though. Very cool. So those of you guys that build mocks, are you using Lego sets and modifying them? Or are you building something completely new? Or how do you get the Legos that you're building with? Do you buy used Lego and then use those pieces to build something new? Or how does it work out? Because obviously you need Lego to build up MOCs. So just curious how you guys plan that. Like for us, I think we had the probably one of the most amazing things happen when we were living overseas, and then trying to see why this piece doesn't fit. We were moving, and one of our friends was moving, and they gave us a whole 2 bins, like 2 big plastic crates of their Legos that they just couldn't take with them. And so we ended up with a ton of extra pieces, a ton of random minifigures, and it was pretty exciting. So all that to say that we got a fun start or launch to our Lego collection. That was back in 2017. And then 2018, that was funny because I said, oh, well, we have all these free Lego pieces. We won't need Lego. We won't need to buy any Lego. And then that was totally not the case, because now everything added here has been part of our collection. Once my sons were building Lego, I was helping them, got into building Lego with them, and then just became a total fan again. Like I was a fan when I was a kid, and then you rediscover how much or how fun Lego building is. So just enjoyed it immensely. And now building up Lego and sharing it with a lot of you guys on our live stream, which is so fun. Solo Soldier says, I don't really do streams because I don't have enough subs, but I have tried to do MOCs. I don't have enough bricks to make MOCs, and then I don't really film doing sets, but I do stop motion. Oh, very creative. We have a couple stop motions on our channel. My son has done those also. Those are very time consuming. They take a lot of patience, frame by frame, and he uses a free app to do it. So if you want to check out, we did a couple Star Wars themed, kind of a mini series of stop motions involving Jedi Bob, or maybe not Jedi Bob, but the clone Captain Rex and some Jedi. So yeah, that was a fun project to do with him. I don't know what, I cannot figure out how this doesn't stick unless I'm doing it wrong. Let's see here. Trying to get, there we go. Okay, I don't know why that didn't work initially. Trying to put this, I think this might be a door panel that's gonna go on the top part of the Millennium Falcon. And it is on the back side here. Ooh, I gotta stick this on correctly. So yeah, Lego MOCs, I like to just follow instructions. What I would like to do actually is probably check out and see what they have on Rebrickable, where you can take sets and there's new ideas for reusing or repurposing Lego sets with someone's own design and different set of instructions. So I think you pay for the instructions, but then you have like a totally different build. So that is something I'd like to check out. For example, large scale sets. The one that comes to mind is if you guys remember those big architecture sets, I guess kind of like the Eiffel Tower, but they had a Roman Colosseum that came out a while back, and that one they think is on Rebrickable. That one, there was an alternative build to that, being a castle, which looked amazing. I'm trying to think which Lego YouTuber featured that as a modified or mock, I guess. But yeah, starting to look like a Millennium Falcon. But yeah, those Rebrickable instructions sound good. I have not checked them out, but I don't know how much they cost to buy those independent set of instructions. But if you are really good at building MOCs, that might be a fun way to earn some money. You can design alternative build to a set. So invest a little bit, right? Invest in maybe a medium size Lego set and then design something totally different from it. Castles are always popular. I don't think you go wrong with castles. Those things sell really well and can turn any set into a castle, or like a good scale size set. Like what if you turn Arkham Asylum into a castle? You know, still Batman themed with all the minifigs, but then turned it into a castle or some other building, which I think that's kind of where Lego used to be with kids. Like, you know, I remember when I was a kid, I guess you could say modify. I don't know if build mocks is the right way, but I'd rebuild Lego sets to turn them into something different, or just change the design, keep the theme, but change the design somewhat. So I have the original yellow Lego castle. That was one of those sets that I would redesign over and over again, make it maybe more of a fortress or wall, and have it more of like one facing one way totally, and not a square or fort, and just rebuild and even make the towers even taller, and just, yeah, modify a set I already had. But mocks, that's really creative. Yeah, I was thinking now, that's coming to mind, my son with the Lord of the Rings theme, he built the Argonath. So if you know that story, those two giant kings statues standing guard along the river. In the movie there, as the Fellowship goes by on the river, they see these huge statues standing in front of I guess, guarding one of the entryways or pathways to Gondor. And there's just two kings standing there, you know, guarding or maybe warning travelers of where they're going. But yeah, he built a mock just out of just all the Lego bricks he had, and it looks pretty good. We did if you're interested, we did a video on that. So lots of cool different ideas that I think younger builders come up with. I like, when I call our channel Brick Therapy, I just like building sets and seeing the design come together and appreciating the set itself. Obviously buying the set for that very reason. But yeah, when you're, you know, building Lego on a budget and you just have maybe a few sets to work with, that's kudos on you guys. That's just a great creative way to enjoy Lego and repurpose the builds you have or the sets you have and not spend a ton of money. So speaking of a ton of money, there are some great sets coming out that have been released over the last few days. There's some more cool sets coming out October 1st. Some fun sets coming out October 1st. I was going to say, one of the sets I'm looking forward to is the Star Wars AT-AT, the little gingerbread AT-AT. I think that would be so fun. Lego Mox United says, Rebrickable is so cool. When I wanted a gunship, I used Rebrickable, and it's better looking than anything you could ever get from Lego themselves. Psh, awesome, Lego Mox United. That's something I have to, again, you're just encouraging me more. I need to check out that site. Darth Sidious is here. Psh, awesome, love the Star Wars names. Star Wars Battlefield is here. Psh, welcome, Star Wars Battlefield, good to see you back. Kay is here. How's it going today? Psh, going well, Kay. Building up the Midi Falcon here. I don't know if Glitchfire will ever show up, but I told him I would have the Bumblebee here, the Transformer set. I don't think I'm going to transform it because, like I said, you try to transform these things, at least this one in particular, and it falls apart. I don't want it to fall apart. At least not right now. Lego Mox says, we are talking about Lego and Mox. Yes, sir. Star Wars Battlefield says, cool. Lego Master A5, hello. Psh, good to see you guys. Some new names. Love it. Do you guys in the chat build Mox yourselves? Lego Mox is asking. Perfect name for a mock builder. Solo Soldier 5 says, I'm back. Psh, welcome back, Solo Soldier. Glad to have you in the live stream again. So leave a like, you guys. Leave a like for building Lego, talking Lego Mox. and talking about some new Lego sets coming out. Fun ones being, in my opinion, October 1st, the Gingerbread AT-AT. So I'm not necessarily into the Christmas or holiday sets because I don't want to spend, $100 on a Lego build that's very just, intended for a holiday. But there have been some good ones. I think if I were to probably pick my favorite of all those, it might be the old school Firehouse. But this year they're coming out with, which is fun, which is the Star Wars Gingerbread AT-AT, and you get a Darth Vader gingerbread minifig, which is just a fun thing if you want to collect one silly but cool Star Wars themed, not crazily priced Lego set. There's that. But then there is, if you like Lego minifigs, they also have the Lego big figs, right? The ones that are, like I don't know, about a foot tall Lego big fig, but looking, same design concept and look as a minifig. And they're releasing one that will be Santa Claus. So I thought, or a Santa Lego big fig. So I thought that might be a fun set to have also. So that set is it's gonna be basically the same price, or maybe a few dollars difference as the AT-AT, but there are some cool Lego sets coming out October 1st and holiday themed. All right, here's a cool part. So now we've got part of the other side of the ship, and the way they have it curved is they have them on these hinges here, right here, and then they can see they're gonna snap together right there. Nice. And there you go. Now it's got more of that concave looking shape to the Millennium Falcon. Very cool, coming together. And at some point, you probably know this will be the jet looking exhaust, or whatever you want to call it, for the ship in the background. Kind of like, or also like, I think this has it also, there it is, kind of that blue panel of where the propulsion comes from for the Millennium Falcon. If only ships like that really existed, how crazy would it be to travel in light speed? The concept is in pretty much every science fiction type of movie. So Star Wars, Marvel, and Star Trek. Speaking of new themes coming out, I think that is another one that's coming out for Lego, is the Star Trek Enterprise ship. Someone had mentioned that a couple days ago in the live stream. I forgot. That is another new theme. Just remembered now, so I guess I didn't forget completely. Another new theme coming out that is, again, just gonna, I guess, challenge Lego collectors, or maybe just bring in people to Lego who may just buy a set or two because of the nostalgia involved. Like, maybe some people buy the Willy Wonka set because they like that movie, and so on. Solo Soldier says, no, don't like the Star Trek. Only Star Wars, I'm assuming, Solo Soldier? Or what is the theme you guys would prefer? BD Killax, do you have any custom minifigures? Sort of, like ones that we made our own. Well, these we did as custom sig figs. So these are myself and my son as our brick therapy themed. Or here's I guess if you could say I built a mock. I made our logo to our channel. This is you should see this guy down here, and of course click on him so you can subscribe to our channel and leave a like as well. But yeah, those are our custom sig figs. My kids, of course, have taken minifigures and mash them and turn them into different types of minifigures. That's another fun thing to do, on a if you for whatever reason, you can't spend too much on Lego, and don't blame you. If you go to the Lego store, one fun alternative is to go to the build your own minifig section. And that price, hopefully that price stays the same. It's been the same for quite a while. For $10, you can build 3 custom minifigures. Of course, they provide you with a selection of torsos, legs, faces, hair pieces, or hats, and other accessories. And you can end up building some pretty cool, unique Lego minifigures that you can have and add to your collection, put them on display and all that good stuff. And they get a cool little box. And that is one fun alternative if you go to the Lego store, especially with when my kids were little. We would go and that's all we would do. We would just build a few little Lego minifigures and bring them home. That became a fun outing to the mall. And when we lived overseas, a very affordable outing. Just go to the mall for a little while and go to the Lego store and see what was all on display, of course, and see all the cool sets that were for sale, but then just build a fun set of 3 custom minifigures. My kids were great too. They never, never said, "Oh, we need to get this set. Please, can I have this set?" or whatever. We just enjoyed going to the Lego store and looking at the displays. And then the fun part was, as a reward, build the minifigures, build 3 cool custom minifigures. So in that case, BD, yes, those are what we got. Stormy Cube, welcome, welcome. Matt is alive is here. Matt is alive, has arrived, digging the dive, striving to survive, drive to thrive, high-fived, subscribed, and liked the live. It's an official live stream with our channel when Matt is alive is here. Thank you so much, Matt is alive. I'm glad I caught that. My chats were not updating. Let's go, Matt. Yes, sir. Solo Soldier says, that is cool. Scout Brick says, who's your favorite Star Wars character? Probably Captain Rex, for sure, from the Clone Wars. And then probably Lando Calrissian. I was thinking of other cool characters who have piloted the Millennium Falcon. So yeah, that's something that is someone I would guess. What do you guys say? Who is your favorite minifigure? Is it obvious ones like the main characters, or some other Sith guy, or some other Jedi? There's a lot of characters, but yeah, I like Lando. Or of course the Mandalorian, the bounty hunter, lots of different ones. So yeah, some people are not into the Lego Star Trek. There's just so many themes. Solo Soldier says, yes, only Star Wars. I get you, man. Solo Soldier says, I have a whole bunch of sets with my brother and a lot of minifigures, and what we do is create our own characters. And as of this Christmas, I will have 2 years worth of storyline with my Lego sets. Psh, how cool is that? You have to do a stop motion, Solo Soldier, or can you post on our custom, or not our custom, our community page? Can you post some of the sets or some of the builds you made? That sounds cool, if you want to. But yeah, you can post photos of some of your builds on our community page and share it so the rest of us can see it. That is a ton of fun, Solo Soldier says. Can you transform Bumblebee? KC's Bumblebee here. I don't know yet. I'll just show you. It is a cool car, and it's a pretty heavy set. The transforming part is a little bit tricky. Actually, I think I want to use the instructions, because this part right here has to come off, and it tends to fall apart. So I'll just keep it here for now. Maybe I'll transform it and then have it on display in the Bumblebee form next time. Scout Brick says, same here. I have 2 Rexes, phase 1 and 2. Nice. Odelay is here. Psh, Odele says castle therapy. Yes, Odele, the castle's still here. You can kind of see it there in the corner. There's the castle. Yes, that was our last live stream. Favorite movie is Rogue One. Ooh, that I agree with that one, Soul Soldier. That is a good one. That's probably one of the only good storylines from all the new Star Wars once Disney took over, in my opinion. Scout Brick says Revenge of the Sith is mine favorite movie. Very cool. Kay says I always like Dex from Dexter's Diner. Soul Soldier says I'll have to send some builds. Awesome. So you're gonna post some of the pictures. Star Wars Battlefield says gotta go. Thank you, Star Wars Battlefield. Psh! Thanks for being here. Always a high five. What's your favorite movie? Well, we're talking Star Wars. If it's Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. Soul Soldier says, I also need to get back to posting, but I have been busy. Yes, school is this is the hard part, right? Scout Bricks, are you off? Looks like you're off. Favorite character is K2SO. Awesome. I don't think I know who that is, Soul Soldier. You might have to describe that one to me. Pretty much the original trilogy, and then from there, I can't say I know too many characters. Definitely don't want to sound like or try to sound like I'm an expert, but in terms of like Lego collecting and Star Wars Lego collecting, my favorite has been the Millennium Falcon. When when the Han Solo movie came out, I saw it already just on video, but I didn't see it in the theater. But when we got back into Lego, I was thinking I would just hold off on Lego Star Wars because the sets are more expensive. If you ever compare prices, that's so pretty obvious. But the Millennium Falcon, I actually got this on sale. We lived in Spain overseas, and I think I got that. I got this set for less than $100. I think I got it for $75, and I was so stoked. I was thinking if there was any Lego Star Wars set that would make me consider buying, it would be the Millennium Falcon. And when this set came out for sale, and less because I had seen it for almost double that. Like I saw it a lot in euros. It was like 175 euros anywhere I saw it for sale. And then when it was dropped down some, I just took advantage of that and got it for $75. I'm like, this is unbelievable. And pretty darn excited to get this set for such a discount price. So that has not been the case here. I know there have been some good prices for Lego sets, usually at Walmart, but I haven't caught any Star Wars sets for a serious discount price. Actually, what was it, in July or maybe the end of June? No, one of those. During the summer, we did go to our local Walmart, and they had which I think is a pretty decent set. It's not a ship. It's the Sarlacc set that comes with, the scene from Return of the Jedi where they're trying to toss Han Solo into the Sarlacc, but they fail, of course. But that set is out right now, and I think it's $80. But I saw it, a discounted price tag for it at Walmart for $40, like half the price. The only thing was, I didn't buy it. The reason why I didn't buy it is because it wasn't there anymore. It was an empty shelf. I was so bummed because that set I liked a lot. I didn't want to spend $80 on it, but for $40, that would have been perfect. The minifigs that come with it, like an original Mandalorian, would have been great to have. Then we did a video of going to the Lego store about a month ago, and they had that set on sale at the Lego store. It wasn't as much of a discount. I think it was dropped down, or maybe it's about $17 off the price, so somewhere around $63. And it was tempting to get it at that point. However, I did not buy it. I think primarily because holding out for some more of these expensive sets that are coming out. But really, because the UCS set is priority in terms of getting a Lego. I just don't know. I'm trying to figure out the orientation here. I just don't know what else to do. If that temptation comes along again. Although I'm thinking I could get that set used. That set I wouldn't mind buying used on Bricklink. That's not a huge Lego set. All right, another panel put on right there. Starting to look like the full Millennium Falcon. Again, this has been one of the most fun builds. I must say, very cool. Now I'm just trying to make sure. So give me an idea. I think one of my panels came off here. Trying to see if I can get it back connected back here to the corner. So, yeah, you know, when you see a set for Walmart is probably the most generous with discounted prices. But man, when you see the discount price, but you miss the opportunity to get it, it's like, oh, what a bummer. So, you know, half price for that. Now, I don't know. I don't think I've come across any. I don't think I've come across any large scale set for, you know, 50% off. I don't know if you guys have. So hopefully, you know, during Black Friday, there'll be some, probably not 50% off, but probably some pretty decently discounted price sets for Black Friday, maybe November, but we'll see. And if anything, just hopefully Lego offers up some maybe even quadruple insider points. So if you're a Lego collector and you buy Lego sets, buy Lego sets through Lego, definitely become a Lego insider. It's a pretty fun you know, bonus type of membership with Lego, where if you know you're gonna collect and buy a few series of large scale sets, the first one you buy, try to purchase when they offer double insider points, because that usually adds up to about a $20 discount the next time you buy through Lego directly. And then if they offer double insider points, then the incentives or the discount only increases from there. So it does speak to buying Lego. It does speak to your desire to want to bargain shop, right? And so even if you know, someone is like, I would never buy Lego at retail price, the trick for buying Lego directly from them, because their prices aren't really the best when you compare it to Amazon and Walmart, but when they have those insider points, then you can make some serious headway and get some really good deals. Solo Soldier says, oh, K2SO, he's the black droid from Rogue One. Ah, okay. That makes sense. So yeah, Rogue One is your favorite, K2SO is your favorite character. Very cool. That is Cassian's droid. He isn't really known, but his remarks in Rogue One are great and hilarious. That's a cool movie. Yeah, that's the one movie, like I said, that definitely has an appeal outside of all the other Disney involved projects. Soul Soldier, thank you for being part of the live stream. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. Good to have you here. John Powell, welcome. Welcome. Building up the Midi Falcon still. I bought a lot from Lego directly for points and GWPs. Yes, exactly. That is the way to go. That is the way to go. Solo Soldier says, I'll share some of my builds tomorrow and this weekend on your YouTube channel. Awesome, Solo Soldier. Can't wait to see the creativity being shared. And thanks for adding to the ideas of mock building and just Star Wars itself, the Star Wars theme. Yeah, exactly, John Powell. That is my strategy, using the Insider Point program, using the incentive of giftable purchases, i.e., GWPs, to alleviate the price. I guess that's the way to say it, to alleviate the price of spending that much on a UCS set. So, as I was mentioning over the course of this live stream, building this mid-scale size Millennium Falcon has been so fun. And yes, it's a small build, but man, does it look great. The detail, I actually like it in kind of its unfinished form right now. Every aspect of it. Of course, it's not a playable set, right? It's just for display. I mean, you can play with it. There's some swoosh factor here already. But yeah, there's no nano figures they could fit in this thing, but it's not an open ship. It's just all contained. All the bricks are solid. But a great build. And so this is my warm up and anticipation for hopefully finding the UCS set, the UCS Millennium Falcon set, at a great point and taking advantage of purchasing it somewhere around Black Friday. Lego usually offers more than just double insider points around that time. So we'll see what happens. And when you spend money on these large scale sets, getting insider points, basically the equivalent, it would be like around 25 or 2,700 insider points is what you would get for making a purchase on a large scale set. So that's about a $25 credit. And then if they offer double insider points, now you're getting closer to $40, $50 discount. It just depends on when you buy a set. But the good part is, because Lego they've always had, well, they used to call them VIP points, but you couldn't use any number of points. It had to be in increments of $25, $50, or $100. So you had to have that exact amount of points to actually use them. But now, when you have insider points, let's say you've used some, but you still have a bunch of insider points, you can use your insider points at whatever level you have. So if you have enough to take a $20 discount, a $30 discount, a $44 discount, it all works out to where you don't have to wait for those even increments, which is really cool. I tend to hold off on using them until I'm at at least the $50 range. So then you stack your insider points. So right now we still have insider points that we've stacked for a while, usually just buying small sets. Although when I got Bardor, I bought that when I could get double insider points, so that gave us close to about a $30 or $35 discount next time. So yeah, it's been kind of fun doing that. Soul Soldier, all right, have a good evening. I did sub and left a like, no problem. All right, Solo Soldier, love it. Enjoyed meeting you on the live stream. Cole the Brickman is here. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Cole the Brickman. Oh, there we go. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Had to replug in my charger here. John Powell says, I call these micro sets. All right. My son kept referring to him as the Midi Falcon. But Midi sounds bad, right? Because then it sounds like mid, which sounds like not that great. But yeah, micro sets sound cool. Although it sounds too small. Odele says, new Lego City, Brick Therapy, streaming set, start up the Lego camera, build a set, gain subscribers, new Lego City, Brick Therapy 2-3 streaming. Nice, Odele, coming out with your own intro, like Matt is alive, love it. To me, the play scale is the mid-size, and the UCS, I guess, would be kind of like the minifigure scale size, right? I remember when we got back into Lego, and there's a cool Lego theme channel on YouTube called Beyond the Bricks, and they go to different conventions for Lego, or they interview those Lego builders who build a huge set of mocks. They build or a huge mocks. Anyway, they built up a few, or they found a bunch of builders who built up a few minifigure scale size Star Wars themed builds, like the Millennium Falcon. So, the Millennium Falcon, if it was, of course, you can fit minifigures in this set here, but it was like if everything was in proportion to the way they would be, then the sets are a lot bigger. So, like the UCS set would probably be a minifigure, actually real life scale size ship. Now, they found people who did that for, I want to say, the Death Star, and talk about thousands of pieces. I think it was like in the tens of thousands, probably over 100,000 Lego bricks to build up a minifigure scale size Death Star base. And man, and that must have been, I don't know, around 2018 when we saw that one. But those conventions, or those type of conventions, happen a lot, and Beyond the Bricks, they do a good job of finding these designers, these builders, and interviewing them. And wow, do they do a great job. It's so fun to see what people can do, and the fact that they source all those bricks. They have to buy, I don't know what their budget is, but they have to buy thousands of dollars worth of Lego, just Lego bricks, no set, no instructions, and then build. So there's like Lego collectors, and then there are people who, I don't know what you call them. That Lego is life, like, but Lego designing makes you think or wonder, if they worked for Lego, what they could do, because there's obviously a lot of talented designers out there. So, part of the ship, the pilots, part of their enclosure fell off here. I was like, where did that piece come from? All right, a fun build, this Millennium Falcon. I just got to make sure. Let's see. And don't let these pieces fall off. Didn't notice that. So there's some fragility to this. Every time I pick it up, some of the pieces, because there's so many single pieces that are connected maybe by just a couple studs, I've knocked off them as I pick it up. So I don't know why I'm having a problem with this, but that's why I don't want to transform Bumblebee here, because I know that whole thing will fall apart on me here. Although I did bring it out here to show Glitchfire if he shows up, but I don't think he's going to join us, but that's okay. I mentioned him. He knows we have the Bumblebee now, or he will. So yeah, just a lot of stuff. Hey, Chris Vick, B Bandits, haven't seen you guys in a while. Good to see you. John Powell says, yeah, I watched Beyond the Brick. Incredible displays. Yes, very fun. B Bandit says, Beyond the Bricks have the craziest people with the craziest mocks. They do. I love their style of, of their YouTube channel, where they just go out, kind of like old school style, and they just go interview people, building up Lego, and kind of getting people to talk through their process of how they came up with a design, and how many pieces it took them to build up, and how they sourced all these Lego pieces. But check that out. All right, so that's bag 1 through 9 now. That looks pretty good. Chris Vick says, was on vacation back home at work from Cincinnati. Sorry you guys missed my son, Little Brick Therapy. He came by and said hello, but I think he came and said hello when we had a bunch of newer people join the live stream, and I don't think they knew or had seen him before. So Chris Vick's been traveling. B Bandits says Beyond the Bricks has the craziest people, the craziest mocks. That is why I only build with my pieces. I sort out. Chris Vick on vacation. We are doing well, Chris Vick. Son's doing homework, and I don't have homework per se, but yeah, I've been working on this. So since you guys haven't been for this start of this live stream, been building up the UCS or not wishful thinking. Have been building up the mid-size scale Millennium Falcon, or micro-size scale, as John Paul says, 75375. This is 921 pieces. But I was saying, if you want to save money on Lego collecting, these are Lego Star Wars specifically. These are great builds. I've really enjoyed this. You can see all the detail in it. And I think I'm going to save the last 2 bags for the next live stream, because I want to appreciate the build kind of in its incomplete form. It looks so cool. So the overall motivation then is to have a trifecta of Millennium Falcons and get to the point where the UCS will be the main goal, to get to the UCS Millennium Falcon. We'll see. Can I take advantage of what happens around November and Black Friday? So yeah, so that's the goal, and I will live stream again tomorrow. Let me just catch a couple more comments here. Great. Chris Vick's doing well. B Bandits is doing great. John Powell says some of those have probably $50,000 worth of bricks. Yeah, I'm guessing those people at those conventions, and I mean, they build Lego mocks or just custom builds that cover like an entire half of a house. I don't know how else to describe it, like several square feet worth, you know, and they look amazing. But the amount of money they have to source to get all those Lego pieces, it's it's pretty impressive. The fact that Lego makes all those Lego pieces and you see what it's like when it's all out there at once, it's pretty impressive. Chris Vick says, I was in Cincinnati on vacation. Vacation in Cincinnati. Interesting, Chris Vick. Darren, hello, Darren, 25. Psh, welcome. Mr. Wix K just bought the new Arkham Asylum set. Just started building it today. Psh, awesome, you guys. Tell me more. Like, how is that set? I was saying that set is going to be worth building up, or worth having. If you only could get 2 DC sets, obviously get a Batmobile, and then of course then you have Batman. But then the Arkham Asylum comes with so many minifigures. I think you have every single nemesis or enemy of Batman that I can think of in that set. $300 set. So I guess that would be the equivalent of, no, Bardor and Rivendell are double the price. So yeah, that, you know, considering the fact of how much these bigger Lego sets are, that's actually probably a decent buy right there. I was gonna say even the Captain Jack Sparrow, i.e. Black Pearl, that's almost a $400 set, I believe. Number KA52. I have not finished it yet. I'm close. I got, believe it or not, 2 more bags left, but this is looking really cool. And I have the stand here. I guess the stand didn't work so well yesterday to put it on because it didn't have the counterweight of the back of the ship. But I could see now. Well, let's see. How's this face? Just trying to gauge how this is supposed to go. I think that's the front. So maybe it goes here. I don't know. It didn't balance well yesterday. So let's just test it out here. You know, it's still kind of teeterings to this side. Now, is it better? Because everything's, yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. That's a fun display already. It's actually, the instructions are actually saying leave it on the stand and build with this ship now on the stand to complete it. So That kind of looks cool. Second channel. Are you getting the Death Star? I am not getting the Death Slice. No way. $1,000. I want to get the UCS Millennium Falcon though. Hello, Henry. Psh, welcome. B Bandit says, "Oh, you guys know each other. That's so fun." John Powell says, "The Batman Shadow Box is the only DC set I have. It's really cool. I do like the DC sets. Those are pretty. They look great. I just, I got into building the Marvel sets, and then we have one or two versions of the Batmobile, which look great. It would be fun to have a building or a modular build, something for DC. I don't know if the Arkham Asylum would be the one to get just because of the price. I don't want to commit that much money to so many different themes. But yeah, that's a fun build. I think that is that more accurate to the comic book characters too, I guess is the question. All right, you guys, I'm gonna live stream again tomorrow and finish the mid scale, the micro scale, the midi scale Millennium Falcon, and then I'll need your input. Maybe I'll do another poll. What theme should we work on next? Should we stick with Star Wars? I do have, let me see here. I haven't built this one up. This is in our backlog. All right, this is a retired set too, so never got to the Razor Crest from the Mandalorian series. So I don't know if any of you guys have built this set, but maybe this one. So I'll see. I'll put out a poll. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. Have a great Thursday, or maybe you're already at Friday. Talk to you soon.